What's up guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Xman & Co. Today we're making amazing creamy linguine prawn pasta. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be full of garlic, butter, prawns and linguine. Now one can ask, what's linguine? Linguine is a pasta. It's not quite spaghetti, it's wider than spaghetti, about 4 mil. It's flat, not as white as fettuccine, but it's going to be amazing. So today we're making creamy linguine prawn pasta. Let's do this. First of all guys, we've got some medium prawns. They're ready, cleaned up, deshelled, if that's even a thing. They're ready for the fire. What we have here, let me introduce you to all our spices. As always, it will be listed in the description below. So we got some curry over here. We've got olive oil, some parsley, fresh on the leaves. We've got some lemon, an onion, a few spices here, garlic, cumin, mixed salt and pepper, ground pepper, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, some mustard powder, Parmesan cheese, a bit of butter, salted butter, and then some cream. Now guys, we also have tomato paste, and this is going to be amazing. Let's move on to the first step. First off, we're going to quickly sort out our onion. We're going to remove the skin, cut her in half, and then you want to dice her quite fine. Remember, the onion is not the star of the show, but the prawns are. We just want to make sure we've got nice and fine onion for this dish. We're also going to prepare our parsley. So you want to get rid of the stalks and then cut just the small leaves off. Just cut them finely, dice them up if you want to call it that. And then we're just going to transfer that to a bowl and have that ready for the dish. As always guys, we do everything on the open fire. So we just fill the pot half full of water. We're going to add a little bit of salt, and we're also going to add a little bit of olive oil, and this is going to ensure that your linguine, your pasta, doesn't stick to each other. Once the water is up to boiling point and boiling away, then it's time for the linguine. Now that your linguine is added to the boiling water, we make sure that the water comes up to boiling temp again. Al dente will look at about 9 minutes, and if you're looking for something more tender, you want to go all the way to 12 minutes. So 9 minutes are up, so now it's time to remove the pot with the linguine. You want to strain all the water, and then guys, we're going to add a little bit of salt, and next we're going to add just a drizzle of olive oil. This is really going to bring out the flavors, make sure it doesn't stick to each other, and just enhance this beautiful dish. Now it's time to move over to our prawns. First we're going to heat up our skillet, then we're going to add some olive oil. Once we're happy that the oil is nice and hot, we're also going to add some butter. Now this is entirely up to you how much butter you want to add. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons at least, because it's really going to cream this beautiful dish. Once the butter is melted, we're going to add our prawns and just heat it up for a few seconds, followed by all our herbs and spices. First we're going to go in with the garlic, then the cumin powder, salt and pepper, the paprika, cayenne pepper, and then we're going to mix all of that together. So we know that prawns doesn't take long to cook, so we're going to do a minute aside, maximum minute and a half aside. Every 30 seconds or so, you just want to make sure that you turn these prawns. And we know that once they start to turn translucent and pink, then they're ready to come off. We've cleaned the bowl. We're using the same bowl that we used before. Just make sure you clean it so you don't mix the raw and the final product together. Next, we're going to use the same juices. We're going to add our onions to the same pan. We're just going to get that translucent, maybe caramelize it for a few minutes. We're also going to add some mustard powder, just a teaspoon of that, followed by a little bit of curry powder. At this stage, we're also going to add a little bit of lemon zest, and then the same lemon, just use the sauce, add that to this beautiful dish that we're preparing here. Try and remove the seeds if they dropped in the pan, like we did. Then we're going to add about 50 grams of tomato paste. We've got one that's mild, spicy. Before you move on to the next step, we just want to make sure that that cooks a bit. Next, we're going to use a cup of full cream. You want to just stir that and simmer it for about 2-3 minutes before we move on to the next step. We're also going to add just a dash of parsley, fresh parsley. There you go. This is really going to uplift this dish as well. Mix all of that in there. It's smelling amazing. This dish is really coming together. Now, just before we add our linguine, we're going to add some Parmesan. There you go, just be generous with that. It's also just going to make everything just amazing. Let that simmer for about 30 seconds and then in with our linguine. At this stage, guys, we're just letting this dish simmer. As everything is already cooked, we just want to make sure it's nice and warm and they mingle a bit. And now we're going to add our prawns. Mix it nicely together. and let it simmer for about 30 to 40 seconds. Now it's time to take this dish to the table. That moment where we need to dish up and make sure that this dish is fit for a king. Let's check it out. Garnish a little bit with some parsley. And what's this dish without some Parmesan? So there we go. Don't be shy, guys. It's all about the flavors. Time to dish up. Boys and girls, I'm excited. Let's try this out. Amazing. I always say wow, I'm not going to say wow. I'm going to say wow, this is truly amazing. If you like seafood, go try this out. Linguine prawns, creamy, buttery, garlic, as promised, delivered. It's beautiful. You guys have to try this. This is amazing. I said that. Now guys, you know the story. If you like what you're doing, like, share, subscribe. Enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do it without you. We'll see you on the next one. Wow, this is amazing. Try it out. Have some of the prawns. Go loves it. You're gonna love it.